Hey guys, I'm Korg. This is Meek, and over there's Thor. We're gonna get on this big ship and get out of here. You guys wanna come?
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for tuning in to our full spoilers review of Thor Ragnarok. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Ian.
I'm Jacob. What's up, guys?
Good to see you guys again. So we're gonna jump right into it. It's been a couple weeks since Thor Ragnarok kind of hit theaters.
About what?
But
3 weeks?
3 weeks. Yeah.
Three.
And it's still at number
Still
one
fresh.
in the box office, right?
No, right now it's Coco, Justice League, Thor.
Damn it, Coco! But hey, Disney's still pulling in that money, so
Right.
There's
So
that.
Coco did beat Justice League. Like after Justice League was only number one for like one weekend. But anyways, so not ragging on Justice League, because I actually went back really quick and watched Justice League another time and actually thoroughly enjoyed it, probably more than I did the first time. So moving on, we're going to talk about a few major plot threads from Thor Ragnarok, give you our thoughts about it. So first things first, we all kind of knew going into it that Hulk was going to be a major part of this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Very big part.
Very big part, no pun intended. So just kind of starting off from like how we're introduced to him, you know, which they kind of revealed in the trailers in the gladiatorial match. How do you guys feel Hulk was handled in this film?
Oh, I liked it. I mean, it was probably one of the best portrayals of Hulk that we've seen so far.
For sure.
And I mean, this was a giant fan service, having him
yeah.
having it on Sakaar and doing some of the Planet Hulk storyline, not all of it, but they did
Just
the
enough.
they did the meat of it with
Right.
him and Korg and even having Meek in there. I mean, I thought how they used him was very well in it, and we got to see the Banner and Hulk storyline in a way we've never seen before, with Hulk, as Bruce said in the movie, was locked in the trunk while Hulk was on a joyride into car for 2 years. So
Yeah, Banner was totally at Hulk's mercy, and I mean, what's really cool is that since Hulk was, which I think they did quite well. I mean, because a lot of people were kind of complaining about, they're like, oh, Hulk's just talking like full on like just conversation,
But
like,
you-
and I'm like, you have to
but
understand
people
Hulk's
gotta
been Hulk for
realize
2 years.
Right.
that
And he's actually always been talking.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
he's
like-
been talking since Incredible Hulk, when the MCU version of Hulk, when we were introduced to him.
But
he's been talking,
yeah,
Right.
but he
just not full sentences. But
And
he has no one to talk to.
The
so
thing
like,
that gets me is, yeah, in the movies he hasn't been able to talk yet because, like you said, he hasn't had anyone to talk to, and B, they've kind of haven't been on the same page. Whereas I'm just gonna make a deep cut. The Avengers cartoon show on
Disney XD.
yeah, Disney XD. Him and Thor are just palling it up and talking the whole time, and I mean that's
That's how that's how we're used
yeah.
to it in the comics and whatnot. But I'm like, I just don't see why people are so surprised that like he's talking. I'm like, he's been Hulk now in the MCU
for 2
years since
So,
Age of
I mean,
Ultron.
he-
So I mean,
think
I
of
mean,
it-
he's not
that
mindless.
whole part of his brain has taken over.
Yeah,
Right.
like think of like, I mean he's got like I'm gonna say like a 4th or 5th grade level.
Yeah, it's
when
not
it-
too big, but I mean like
when it comes to conversations, but that's because he's been Hulk off and on before Sakaar for 7 years,
something
and
like
then
that.
from Sokovia to Sakaar he's been Hulk fully for 2 years. So
Before we completely jump off the Hulk train, though, I would actually just say high or low, because you know he had that kind of semi-romance with Black Widow a little bit in Age of Ultron. I'm really curious to see, because they've kept a lot of things secret, and there were some really cool reveals in like this movie of things like we didn't know were going to happen. Do you think possibly sometime in the future we're going to see him reunite with Betty Ross?
yeah, I think it might happen in Infinity War or Avengers 4 I can't remember the woman who plays her, but
Liv Tyler, Steven
yeah,
Tyler's wife. I mean, not wife, daughter. Sorry.
Liv Tyler was either on set of not Age of Ultron, of Infinity War or Avengers 4. Which one was it?
I don't know, but I
But
honestly, I kind of would like to see that.
We're going to see that.
That would be pretty cool.
I think we're going to see that.
Okay, so then moving on, we didn't, which we kind of speculated for a while that we'd see. We figured there has to be an Infinity Stone in one of these films for them to finally have all the stones show up before we get to Infinity War, which now they could possibly be like, they could just show one in Infinity War, like we could go where he could go somewhere and get one from a certain place that we haven't seen before, and it could just be a quick, not throwaway scene. It'd still be important to the film, but like it would give us some context in terms of like he gets the last one in Infinity War. We don't know where it is because we keep speculating. Like honestly, I kind of like that idea. That way we can focus more on like furthering instead of making an Infinity War plot, because like we can have really good character structure. Like just we don't see anything. But going back to this movie, we didn't get any reveal like we thought, because we had speculated is
Heimdall,
is Heimdall going to have the Soul Stone?
Is it in like I heard one that it was in the Hammer, or like Hela had it, or like just like outlandish ones.
Or they would go like there's will be a point that like there was that rumor going around. I think that Thor was going to go to Valhalla at some point, like be able to go there and visit whoever it was that he would be visiting. Whether I don't know if it was his mother or Odin or something like that.
I think it was his mother.
And it was like, and then they were going to reveal that like it was in Valhalla, but then the whole point of that is that obviously death is, which is a good segue because like that he would have to contend with death. Yeah. Well, we introduced the amazing Cate Blanchett, who I thought killed it.
Oh yeah,
she did. Even though I wish she would have been in the movie more.
I don't think she's
done for in the MCU. I don't think. Here, my thing is, okay, you don't get somebody like
Cate Blanchett,
and just introduce the character in one movie. Then I mean, just not of her stature though.
Because see, I thought the same thing about William Ross, or not William Ross. I think it's William Hurt is the actor who plays Thunderbolt Ross.
Thunderbolt, yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, like you don't just get William Hurt like. Be in this, and then like he had this big old long absence after,
and then came back in
Civil War. I'm like, I really think they're gonna do that with like with certain actors. I heard so there's the thing that Mark Ruffalo put out that said that he got to work with recently Cate Blanchett, like recently in terms of like this year worked with Cate Blanchett and Tilda Swinton.
Mark, what are we?
I'm like, no, listen, because that gives some great context because we've already seen from like and this is. It's not so much spoilers because it's photos that are just set photos that are not necessarily have no context to them, but we've seen parts of like them filming throwback sequences to previous MCU films but in a different frame or a different context. So maybe they use we can assume that they use the time stone, or maybe death is involved somehow, where maybe we'll see characters either come back to life or characters make appearances through Hela, who's not actually dead.
Right.
So, but moving on from that, I'm really excited to see. I really hope that she turns out like, because obviously in the comics, Hela and Lady Death are two totally different characters. But we've seen like with the MCU, they kind of did that with Iron Man 3. Characters. Like they kind of used Trevor Slattery to. Be the quote-unquote Mandarin.
Can we not talk about that crappy twist?
I didn't actually mind it only because they already had it out to where they said that they knew full well that they wanted to revisit the Mandarin, but they wanted to have an interesting plot twist to it to kind of confuse. So that we know that from the All Hail the King short that the real Mandarin does exist out in this universe. But anyways, so then. Give our thoughts really quick, Ian. Throwing it over to you. We know that the Grandmaster was introduced in this film, and the Grandmaster they said is I don't remember if they said the brother. His brother.
Yeah.
Well, he's the brother of the Collector.
Yeah.
Who we know he's on
Guardians of the Galaxy.
On Nowhere, on that planet Nowhere, where he has his vault of.
And the Tesseract is just not Tesseract.
Tesseract is back on Asgard.
The Ether's just hanging out.
Yeah.
And Nowhere. But how did you feel about the Grandmaster? Do you think we'll see him again? And if so, what film do you think we'll see him in?
We will see him again. I'm pretty sure about that. What film though?
Infinity War?
Either Guardians 3 or Infinity War.
I think it's going to be Infinity War.
I think probably both films, maybe.
I think
'Cause they
maybe not
were
Infinity War,
talking
but
about-
maybe Avengers 4, because with Infinity War they kind of tease that like it's all them coming to Earth. I want Infinity War to be them on Earth, and then I want Avengers 4. I want that to be like Infinity Gauntlet or something like that, where they take it out and it's cosmic, where we can see
the whole reason
them going to like the dark dimension. We can maybe set up that like post Thanos that we're gonna have like Dormammu and all these other strong beings. Like I want them to like not just stick to Earth, because we've had Ultron. They fought Ultron on Earth. They fought Loki and the Chitauri on Earth. I'm like, I don't mind you having a skirmish on Earth, but let's go cosmic. Let's go cosmic. Let's go let's have Thanos
beyond.
maybe invade the microverse, and Ant-Man fights him in the microverse. Then he gets out, like goes. Then they fight, like Doctor Strange fights him in the dark dimension. Then he gets out of there because he has access to all realities. Maybe he jumps over to. Then he jumps over to the galaxy part. Then that's when you have Guardians split off. I want it to be like, I want to be. I mean, this is all speculation, but like, I want it to see like that. Like, I don't want to see them just stick to like one setting. Like, I don't want just cosmic, just whatever. Yeah. So then, I'm really excited to see, because Benicio del Toro, like, I really missed him in Guardians 2 a little bit. Mm-hmm. I mean, but I think it'll be cool to see the Collector and the Grandmaster finally like have some kind of words, maybe get some context about their presence in the overall MCU.
Marvel is talking about putting them together in the movie.
That would be fantastic.
But they didn't say which movie though, so it could.
It's got to be Guardians 3 or one of the Avengers films, obviously. Then let's talk about the fact that Thor loses an eye in this movie. How you guys feel? Like, I thought that was a kind of a cool like throwback to like his dad, like how he kind of he's basically his father's son for real.
I liked it. It was definitely didn't see it coming. I remember we were watching it, and
they're just having this battle sequence, and then the next minute I look like, if you don't pay attention, it happens so fast.
Yeah, because I remember watching it, and I saw what happened, and out of the corner of my eye, Austin was sitting next to me, and I just see his jaw drop, like, what just happened? Like,
and then like big ol' just gone. I'm like,
okay.
Oh well, Thor, you're kind of host. I'm like, well, I just want him to have that eye or no eye long enough for Nick Fury to make a joke.
Yeah. Right.
I liked it,
or Loki be like, I still have both of mine.
And I really like how that turned him. This whole movie was about him becoming king of Asgard, and
king of the people.
Yeah, king of the people, not the planet.
Because Asgard gone, bruh. Asgard gone.
I really want to see how this Thor is going to interact with what's left of the Avengers, since they're all splintered and.
Well, we're going to see them. I mean, obviously, we kind of see a tease of like Cap. Whatnot, without getting too much off topic, we know that we saw Tony's state of mind in Spider-Man Homecoming. He's still kind of whatever, but his emphasis has been more like he's still okay. I mean, he's got Pepper and Peter and Happy, and he's doing fine post Civil War. I mean, I feel like their reconciliation is not going to be too hard of a thing. It's going to be kind of weird, but I feel like it's not going to be too much to where like they're going to easily be able to band together to stop the greater evil. And then the last thing, obviously Asgard's gone. Surtur,
blew it up.
Thor sacrificed Asgard to stop Hela, but in doing so, Surtur destroyed Asgard, and now he's king of the people,
fulfilling the prophecy. So he did pretty much two birds with one stone.
And then so now he's king of the people, but then
as they're leaving,
like Thanos and his
rolls up,
his bigger ship shows up, and it's like, hey, guess who's bigger? Like, I'm like, you're dead.
Like, hey, Loki, you remember that stone I got you to get me like 6 years ago? I'm here to collect. Give it to me. So
my thing is, that's what I'm interested about. Is like, how did he just stumble upon him?
Right.
Like, just to wrap things up, like, how did he stumble upon? Those are the questions I have.
Maybe he already knew it was on Asgard.
Or maybe,
true.
he knew that he went to Asgard. But then my thing is that
events.
So I guess he intercepted them, or maybe Loki made a deal and he contacted Thanos while they were on the ship and gave him the coordinates. So, all that being said, any final thoughts from either one of you guys?
A+. That's my
That movie is
that's
so
my
good.
grade.
So
A+. Plus.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in to this special edition of our Thor Ragnarok spoilers review. Again, come and check us out on our next video, and make sure to like and subscribe.
Please.
So,
You heard the man. Like this video, share it, and tell your friends. Subscribe to the channel. See you guys later.
see you guys. That's all for today's episode. Thank you guys for watching.
And be sure to like this video and subscribe.
And click the link in the description below to follow us on social media.
See you guys next time.